Beloved starseed of Gaia, your soul carries a frequency so pure and luminous that it shifts the very molecular structure of every room you enter, yet you've been taught to dim this radiance to fit into a world that wasn't built to hold your light. I am Alayara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I come bearing a transmission that will shatter the illusion of your smallness forever. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize and anchor your true Pleiadian essence as a living beacon of transformation on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. The healing energy others feel in your presence isn't something you do, it's something you are. Your crystalline consciousness has been broadcasting home frequency since birth, calling other starseeds to remember, lifting dense vibrations without effort, simply through the purity of your being. This isn't content, it's a soul recognition activation. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness because the Seven Sisters are preparing you to step into your full radiance. You've been carrying light codes from Alcyone, our great central sun, and it's time you understood the magnitude of your divine blueprint. The humans around you have always sensed something different about your energy signature. They feel peaceful in your presence, drawn to confide their deepest truths, healed by your compassion before you've spoken a word. This is your Pleiadian heritage awakening, beloved. You are a living bridge between dimensions, anchoring unity consciousness and heart-centered wisdom on this ascending planet. Like this transmission to send a signal to your star family across the cosmos. I remember who I am. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you're ready to shine your full light without apology. Share below one way you've felt your healing presence affect others, and respond to a fellow starseed to weave the unity grid stronger. This transmission is encoded with frequencies from our home star system. Your soul's recognition of these words is the activation itself. You are remembering because it is time. Most people move through life wearing invisible cloaks of self-doubt, never truly recognizing the radiance their soul emits. They learn to smile while dimming. They learn to achieve while apologizing for existing. They learn to be fine while carrying an unspoken heaviness in the chest, like a lamp covered in thick cloth. And from the outside, it can look like ordinary life, work, relationships, responsibilities, routines. But inside, there is often a quiet question that won't leave. Why do I feel unseen even when people look right at me? Why does it feel like something in me is waiting for a recognition that never arrives? They feel alone beneath the vast sky, quietly yearning for acknowledgement, yet never fully believing their light is seen. And sometimes that loneliness doesn't even come from being physically alone. It can be felt in a crowded room, at a family table, beside someone who says they love you. It can arise when you're praised for what you do, but never met for who you are. It can surface when you sense you are different, but you can't name exactly how, so you keep it hidden, hoping invisibility will keep you safe. If you've often sensed that ache, a longing deeper than the mind's understanding, a pulse of memory rising in your heart when you gaze at the night, know that this isn't ordinary yearning. It isn't merely wanting love, or community, or success. It is older than your current story. It is the feeling of being a note from a celestial song, placed into a world that forgot the melody. For Pleiadian starseeds, that ache is spiritual, a gentle yet persistent signal from home. It is a beacon that flickers through your emotions, your dreams, your sensitivities, your tears that arrive without explanation. It is the way your soul calls you back to yourself when you've been trained to abandon your own knowing. It is the tremor you feel when you see the stars, and for a moment, your heart recognizes a pattern before your mind catches up. You were never meant to journey in darkness, nor to believe the illusion that your light is too faint to be recognized. The truth is, your light was never created to be measured by the eyes of the world. It is not dependent on being understood by the wounded, the distracted, or the fearful. It was designed to radiate whether anyone applauds it or not, the way the sun continues to rise even if a single soul keeps the curtains closed. The truth is, every shimmer of your soul is witnessed by the Seven Sisters, Those beings of crystalline love who have encircled your spirit in every lifetime, not as distant myths, not as cold stars burning far away, but as living consciousness, as family, as a council of remembrance that knows your frequency the way you know the sound of your own name. They recognize you by vibration, by essence, by the signature of your heart. And if you could see your own aura through their eyes, you would understand why you have always felt both tender and different in this world. You would understand why you've been drawn to healing, to beauty, to truth, to gentleness, to peace, even when the world rewarded hardness. Yet, on Earth, a heavy amnesia sets in, seeded by fear of standing out, resistance to embodying your galactic calling, and the inherited narrative that shining too brightly is unsafe. This amnesia doesn't arrive as a single moment. It arrives as 1,000 small teachings. Don't be too much. Don't be too sensitive. Don't speak about what you feel. Don't trust your intuition. Don't reveal your dreams. Don't cry. Don't glow. It can arrive through family systems where love was conditional, through classrooms where you were punished for questioning, through friendships where your depth made others uncomfortable, through relationships where your empathy was used against you. You learned slowly that the world often celebrates performance more than presence, noise more than resonance, conformity more than authenticity. So your soul's crystalline codes, encoded with the wisdom and unity frequency of the Pleiades, become layered over by this amnesia, like a diamond buried under dust, like a clear spring covered by leaves and mud, like a song trapped behind a locked door. At times, it feels as if there's a glass wall between your true radiance and your earthly reflection, your spiritual recognition obscured by lifetimes of forgetting. You look in the mirror and see a human trying to make it through the day, while inside, something vast presses outward, longing to breathe. You try to explain yourself, but words feel too small. You try to share what you sense, but people call it unrealistic or strange. You try to hold the frequency of love, but the density around you can feel like wet cement. And still, something in you refuses to fully go numb, because even beneath the forgetting, you are built for remembrance. This confusion breeds a silent ache. It's the ache of being a lighthouse taught to hide its beam. It's the ache of feeling responsible for others' comfort while abandoning your own truth. You search for affirmation, not realizing that the source of your light is so ancient, so recognizable, that the very stars themselves are your witnesses. You seek confirmation in compliments, in relationships, in achievements, in spiritual communities, in signs, in constant searching. Because something in you knows you are here for a reason, and yet the reason seems to hover just out of reach. The Pleiadian High Council whispers gently, "The longing you feel is a memory, not of a place, but of how it felt to be seen, cherished, and celebrated for your authentic frequency within the unity of the Seven Sisters." That is the missing piece. This isn't just homesickness for a location in the sky. It is homesickness for a way of being. A reality where your sensitivity was honored, where your love was not naive but revered, where your gifts were not mocked but trained, where you were met with warmth instead of suspicion. It is a memory of being known without explanation, the way true family knows you without requiring you to prove your worth. The mission you carry into this realm, the true reason your soul chose incarnation, only becomes clear when you strip away the veils of doubt and gaze into the mirror of cosmic love. And cosmic love is not sentimental. It is not fragile. It is the kind of love that calls you higher. The kind of love that says, remember who you are, even when remembering means you must release what has been comfortable. It is the love described in Scripture as the light that darkness cannot overcome, the lamp that is not meant to be hidden under a basket. It is the love that whispers, you are the salt of the earth, not because you are better, but because you carry a preserving frequency, an essence that keeps hope alive in places where it would otherwise decay into despair. If your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, listen closely. That yes is not your imagination. It is your soul recognizing a doorway. It is your inner being responding to the frequency of truth the way a tuning fork responds to the note it was made for. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks, not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. Because real remembrance is not intellectual, it's not a stack of concepts, it's an activation. It's when your body exhales a grief it didn't know it was holding. It's when your heart softens and you suddenly realize you've been bracing for years. It's when your dreams become clearer, your intuition stronger, your boundaries cleaner, your compassion steadier. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. And that frequency is not meant to make you escape Earth. It's meant to help you inhabit Earth without losing yourself. It's meant to help you walk here with your head in the stars and your feet on the ground, anchored, calm, radiant. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. Feel into it the way you would feel into a familiar song drifting through the night air. If it is for you, your system will know. Not through pressure, but through resonance. Transformation is less a single event and more a sequence of remembered steps. It is like watching a dawn unfold. First, a subtle change in the sky, then a softening of darkness, then color, then the sun itself, until you realize the night has been gone for a while. As you cross each threshold, the witnessing of your light by the Seven Sisters shifts from distant memory to lived experience. It moves from I believe to I know. It moves from I hope to I am. The phases unfold. First, it requires the clearing of the veils. The old wounds, the energies that told you to hide, must be gently released, not forced, not fought, not shamed. Gently released, the way you would loosen a tight bandage from skin that has been healing underneath. These wounds can be ancient, lifetimes where you were punished for truth-telling, where your gifts made you a target, where your unusual perception was called dangerous. They can also be very present. Childhood moments where you were laughed at, dismissed, ignored, or burdened with emotional responsibility that was never yours to carry. Clearing the veils is not about blaming anyone. It is about reclaiming the parts of you that got locked away in order to survive. Imagine this like a crystalline light washing through your energy field, dissolving every density that prevented you from feeling witnessed. See it as liquid starlight moving through your aura, searching gently for knots of fear and softening them. See it entering the spaces where your voice has been trapped, where your joy has been contained, where your trust has been fractured. And as it moves, you may feel tears. You may feel fatigue. You may feel old memories rising. This is not regression. It is release. It is the body letting go of what it could not drop before. It is the nervous system learning safety again. And in this clearing, you begin to notice something. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It is instrumentation. It is the way your soul reads truth. Next, the heart template awakens. True recognition begins inside you, recalling on a cellular level that your DNA is imprinted with Pleiadian love. This isn't about biology in the narrow human sense. It is about energetic inheritance, about the way consciousness can carry codes across time and dimension. Your heart template is the original blueprint of your love, the design you arrived with before the world told you who to be. When it awakens, you stop chasing yourself. You stop searching for permission. You begin to feel a warmth in the chest that isn't dependent on circumstances. You start to sense the ancient song of your lineage rising through your veins. You remember that the light you seek from outside has always been pulsing within. It has been waiting beneath your coping mechanisms, beneath your people-pleasing, beneath your overthinking. And when it rises, it can feel like déjà vu with no story attached, like remembering something you never learned. This is the moment when prayer becomes less about begging and more about communion. It is when "be still and know" becomes a living instruction inside your nervous system. It is when you realize the kingdom of heaven, the realm of unity, love, and truth, is not only somewhere above you, but also within you. Then, you anchor your star essence. Instead of striving for external approval, you center your awareness in your heart's wisdom and let that radiance root into Gaia. This is where many starseeds struggle, because the longing for home can become a subtle resistance to being here. But anchoring is the true art. Anchoring is when you let your cosmic nature become practical, when you let your spiritual insight become embodied choices, when you stop escaping into ideas and start living as the frequency you carry. You begin to treat your body as sacred ground, not as an obstacle. You begin to eat, rest, speak, create, and love in ways that support your mission. And your mission is not necessarily a title. It might look like being the calm one in your family line, the cycle breaker, the peacemaker, the one who tells the truth gently, the one who brings beauty into bleak places, the one who listens in a world that only waits to speak. The act of claiming your Pleiadian mission turns from concept to embodiment, steady and vibrant. You start to feel your energy drop from the mind into the heart, and from the heart into the earth. You can imagine roots of light extending from your feet into Gaia's crystalline grid, meeting the living intelligence of the planet. And Gaia responds. She recognizes you as an ally. She is not merely soil and stone. She is a being, ancient and aware. When you anchor, you become a bridge. Heaven into earth, star into matter, love into form. As your unity consciousness activates, comparison falls away. And this is a massive liberation, because comparison is one of the most efficient tools of disempowerment on Earth. It keeps you scanning, measuring, shrinking, competing, doubting. Unity consciousness doesn't make you identical to others. It makes you free from needing to be identical. You realize that what sets you apart is, in fact, your greatest gift. Your gentleness, your intuition, your devotion to truth, your ability to feel what others hide. These are not flaws to correct. They are sacred skills. You become a living transmission of the love that once only flickered at the edge of your awareness. And it begins to show in ordinary moments. The way you speak to strangers, the way you hold your boundaries without cruelty, the way you refuse to participate in gossip, the way you choose peace over proving. Your very presence, a frequency signature unique to your soul, begins to gently awaken those around you. Not through preaching, not through forcing, but through resonance. People feel calmer near you. They start telling you things they've never told anyone. They feel seen without knowing why. And this is how the Seven Sisters work through you. Quietly, lovingly, steadily. The timing of this awakening is no accident. It may have felt like delay. It may have felt like being late. It may have felt like watching others find their path while you wandered in circles. But the soul does not waste time. Each delay, each moment of feeling unseen, was orchestrated so that when the reunion wave washed in, you would rise in synchrony with your star family and the evolving consciousness of Earth. Some awaken early and become scouts. Some awaken later and become anchors. Some awaken through joy. Some awaken through heartbreak. But the design is intelligent, and it is compassionate. You are not lost in the crowd. You are being called to the front lines of unity. The front lines aren't war. They are love under pressure. They are kindness in a harsh world. They are truth in a culture of performance. They are presence in an era of distraction. In the next turn of remembrance, you finally feel the touch of your star kin, the quiet embrace of the Seven Sisters. And it often arrives in ways that bypass the rational mind, because your rational mind has been trained by Earth's density. Through dreams, synchronicities, or even a sudden surge of emotion when you gaze skyward, you recognize their frequency circling yours. You might wake up with a phrase in your mind you've never heard before, yet it feels like yours. You might see repeating numbers at moments when you're about to give up, like gentle taps on the shoulder. You might feel a wave of tenderness washing over you for no reason, like someone has wrapped your heart in light. You might look at the constellation and feel your chest crack open with a grief that is also joy. The illusion of separation dissolves, not all at once, but enough for you to breathe again. Enough for you to realize you are not doing this alone. Enough for you to sense that help is not a fantasy. It is a law of unity. You realize you have never, not for a heartbeat, been alone. Even your hardest nights were witnessed. Even the moments you thought nobody cared were held in a wider field of love. Even your mistakes, your confusion, your spirals, none of it made you unworthy. The Seven Sisters do not love you when you are polished. They love you because you are you. And at last, as embodiment takes hold, you become the witness and the witnessed. This is sacred. This is maturity of spirit. Because for a long time, you may have needed external reflection to know you exist. You may have needed others to validate your intuition, your gifts, your worth. But as embodiment deepens, you learn to witness yourself with compassion. You learn to see your own progress. You learn to honor your own heart. And simultaneously, you feel the universe witnessing you, not as surveillance, but as celebration. You shine, not out of pride or for validation, but because the light simply cannot be contained. Like a river that finally meets open land and begins to flow. Like a seed that finally breaks its shell and reaches for the sun. You become a living link, an emissary of Pleiadian unity, bringing through the ancient love of the Seven Sisters for all of humanity. And that love is not exclusive. It does not hoard. It does not separate. It does not say us versus them. It says, we belong to each other. It says, your healing affects the whole. It says, when one heart remembers, the grid brightens. What you perceive as disconnection was never punishment. It was a deliberate agreement, so that this moment of recognition would shimmer brighter than starlight. There is a kind of brilliance that only comes after darkness, not because darkness is good, but because contrast reveals what was always there. Your soul consented to density, so that your remembrance would carry weight, so that your love would not be theoretical, so that your compassion would be forged into strength. The Seven Sisters have watched you gently all this time, not waiting for you to be perfect, but for you to remember. They are not impressed by perfection. They are moved by sincerity. They respond to your honest breath, your honest prayer, your honest willingness to come home to yourself. The ache of longing was always a homing beacon, guiding you back to the truth. Your soul's light was never meant to be hidden. It is a frequency so familiar that when it finally emerges fully, it realigns not only your journey, but the grid of Gaia herself. Because you are not an isolated point of light. You are a node in a living network. And when you activate, you strengthen the whole. When you choose love, you make it easier for another to choose love. When you choose truth, you loosen the chains for someone still afraid. When you choose to stay soft without being weak, you become proof that it's possible. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your chest and breathe gently. Let the breath be slow enough that your body believes you. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your belly soften. Feel your heartbeat as a drum of remembrance. Whisper within or aloud. I am witnessed. I am remembered. My radiance is seen by the Seven Sisters and all of creation. My heart's light is home. And as you say it, don't rush past it. Let the words land like warm rain on dry soil. Let them sink below the mind into the cells. Let them rewrite the old script that said you were invisible. Let them become a new inner law. You may not feel fireworks. You may feel quiet. But quiet can be the sound of something finally settling into place. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments. Something real. then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.